Okay, so these are the 10 prompts that I've come up with for you guys to inspire you to write new worship songs over the next 2 weeks. So if you took one of these every day and tried to write something with it each day of every weekday, then you'd have 10 songs. I've only given you homework to write 2, so you could write all 10 and then pick the best 2, or you could write all 10 and share them all. I don't care. Anyway, here are the 10 prompts. Number 1, I did this one in a class here the other day in Guatemala, and it went really cool. So first, I want you to write down 3 questions that you have for God. Like, God, why this? God, why can't you tell me about this? God, who am I going to marry? Whatever. Pick one of those and then turn it into a song, talking to God. Good? Be honest. God is not scared of your doubts or anger. 2, tell your testimony. I'm going to give you a brief outline for this one, so pay attention. Number 1, so like for example, verse 1 could be how I met God. The chorus could be the thing I like best about God. Like God, your faithfulness, something about your faithfulness. 2, how I've struggled or how I've moved forward and seen your faithfulness, but I'm not always faithful myself. Something like that. Chorus again, verse 3, how God showed you that one time where it was just like, wow, okay, now I know God is faithful, for example. It could be God is love, it could be whatever gets you about God. And then if you want to do a bridge, you can have a bridge that could be like, God, I want to do this because you are this. Or it could just be, God, you are so faithful. Every day, every time you've shown yourself faithful, and just like taking it a step further. That could be the bridge as well. So that was number 2. Number 3, write a worship song about how you don't always feel like worshiping. Like, God, I don't feel you today, but I know you're there, and something like that. I write these ones a lot when I'm in church and everybody's singing really happy songs and I'm like, this isn't where I'm at today. 4, raindrops on roses and whiskers on kittens. So make a list of your favorite things, like the song from The Sound of Music. Then take that list and rearrange it, organize it into a song that's a song of thanks to God. So like, God, thank you for rainy days and books and, I don't know, whatever your favorite things are. 5, like I just mentioned, sit down during a worship service while everyone else is singing and write out what you're feeling to God. I think this will be really interesting for you to do. I love doing it. I wrote 6 songs in Mexico in one day. 2 very long services, and they sing like 7 songs, but still. 6, a confession song. Think about your 5 biggest mistakes that you've made. And then go read Psalm 51. It might be a different number in the Lithuanian or Russian Bible. I think it's 50 or 52, I don't remember which. But it's the psalm where David is saying, have mercy on me, O God, according to your unfailing love, because he had just messed up with Bathsheba. Then pick one of those mistakes, or just take all of them and write a song of confession saying, God, I'm sorry, I messed up, and I know this was, I know better. You can do it. Number 7, try to write a worship song from the perspective of a 10-year-old. God says we should come to him like children, and sometimes we try to be really fancy and impress God, and I don't think God is impressed. So I think writing a 10-year-old worship song might be really good for you. I kind of want to do like a lot of this. Number 8, write a worship song and don't mention any Christian words. This is kind of a challenge. No, don't say God, don't say Jesus, don't say glory, don't say praise. No church words, no church cliches, no phrases. Do it talking to God. Because let's face it, if you were actually talking to God or to someone, you don't say their name every sentence and be like, hey James, how are you today, James? Oh, I love your hair today, James. It's weird. Okay, number 9. Imagine you have a 5-year-old son or daughter. Write them a song that they could sing at bedtime, either in the form of a prayer. So something like, "Thank you for this day, protect me while I pray." Don't rhyme. Okay, number 10. What is your life song? What is your life praise and glorify? Do you like the answer to that question? How do you spend your time? La, la, la. What does your life look like? Do you like the answer to that question? Okay. Given that, take that to God and say, "Okay, God, my life is about a lot of things, and mostly it's about me. And I don't want it to be about me. I want it to be about you." That's one example. Or it could be, "God, my life song is being lived to you, and I like that, but I'm scared sometimes, or I don't know what's happening," or whatever. Anyway, that would be number 10. So anyway, those are 10 ideas. Obviously, there are thousands more different ideas that you can write songs from, but those are just 10. And you can take those and write some songs, and hopefully you'll get some cool songs out of them. But remember, this is all just practice. You're going to write hundreds and hundreds of crappy songs, and that's okay. I've written more than probably 400 or 500, and there's about 20